to another how-to video for Equestria. In this video, we're going to talk you through how to connect your bank account so that you can start receiving payments from your lesson bookings. So all of our payments are handled via Stripe, and you can create and connect your Stripe account directly via the app. So to do that, we need to click the earnings button at the bottom of the page here. And the first time you enter that screen, you'll see this banner here, which is that you're required to set up banking. So if we click on that button, you'll be redirected to this page here. So this is a web view of the Stripe website that you can access via the app. Now, it might look ever so slightly different to this, but it will be on the Stripe website that you work through. The reason it looks slightly different is this is the test account, so I can add information without giving away sensitive information. So let's work through the process that you'll need to go through. So you'll need to add an email address. I don't need to do that for the test, and a phone number. For the purpose of this, I'll use the test phone number. And what happens then is you'll receive a text message with a one-time passcode. You've probably been through this flow before, and then you enter that code into the fields here. Once you've done that, you're into personal information again. Now, you've already obviously entered this into Equestria app, but this is a separate account now for Stripe that we directly connect to send the payments to send the transfers from into your own account. But you do need to enter this information again. Email address, you can use the same email address that you use for Equestria app. You don't have to, but I will for the purposes of the demo. Date of birth, I won't give that away. I wish it was this, but it certainly isn't. And then your home address, so yeah, your registered home address. Again, I can just add any old information here for now, but you'd add your own address into there. And again, your mobile telephone number again. This is to store rather than the verification process. Once through those steps, you're into the business details of your coaching business. You've probably, it hasn't shown it in the test flow, but you will have shown whether you're a sole trader, a limited company, or something else earlier in the step, but it doesn't show that in the test flow. But if you are showing that, please fill that in. In terms of the industry, sadly, it doesn't show horse riding coaching, equestrian coaching as one of the predefined selections here. So what I tend to select is education and other educational services, and then a test website, or a website. I will put a test website in. Now, don't worry if you don't have a website. You can see the blue hyperlink at the bottom there where it says don't have a website, add product description instead. If you don't have a website, you can click that and write a little bit about your business. Or equally, it doesn't have to be a traditional website. You can add the link to your Facebook page if you know that, or something similar. So yeah, some kind of URL in the field, and if not, click the blue hyperlink and add a description instead. Then you need your bank account details. So importantly, these are the bank account details where you want your lesson booking payments to be transferred to once they've been into Stripe and then transferred to you from there. So yeah, go ahead and add those in the fields. Again, I'll use a test account. And then you're onto a summary. Now, most of the time you'll come to this and it will say everything is complete in this test here, and sometimes in production, in real time, you might be required to scan some photo ID. It's not always the case, but if it's the case, you'll go through this flow here, where you'll click on scan photo ID. And obviously, again, I don't need to do that for now. I can skip this verification, but that would be the flow you'd go through. Okay, so there's the summary again with that process complete. And then I'll click agree and submit. And what will happen then is Stripe will verify your details and make sure that the account is ready to set up. And then once it's set up properly, you'll receive a success screen that will then redirect you back into the app. If it doesn't redirect automatically, you can close it and just go back to the app. the app, this is the screen you'll be met with. So I won't go into this too much detail now, I'll save that for another video, but this will be the summary of all of your earnings as a coach. You're also, once connected, able to come into this second part of the page here, where you can click on that to update your banking details if you need to. You can change the payout frequency. So this drop down here is to change the frequency of the payouts from that moment. So do you want daily payouts? Do you want Stripe to build up a balance and then pay out every 7 days from there? And you can make that selection here. And then you can access your own Express dashboard, Stripe Express dashboard from this link here, where you can go in and see more detail about your payments, your earnings, and anything that you need to change as well. Danger zone here is how you can delete your Stripe account if you need to. But importantly, there are 3 things that are required in Equestria app to start receiving lesson bookings. One is the services that you offer, and now you would have added some of those, or at least one of them, during coach onboarding after registration, and you can add more on a step we'll cover in another video in a moment. But you need to be able to show the lessons that you can offer to consumers and to riders. You need to have a bank account connected so that you can receive payments. And then lastly, you need to set your availability, which is what we'll come on to in the next video. But they're the 3 things you need. So if at any point you delete your Stripe account, sadly, you won't be able to receive lesson bookings, because I'm sure that you want to get paid for those lessons and we can't pay you if not. But that is how you connect your bank account via Stripe. And in the next video, we'll come on to how you go about setting up availability so that you can get out there and start receiving lesson bookings from riders. We'll see you on the next one.